We're continuing this week of part 2 of being revived. And how is God going to revive you, revive me, set us on fire, set our churches on fire? We touched on it yesterday, disruption. Something we don't like, we push out, we don't want to have anything to do with it, possibly because we're not sure how it's going to work out. But if you want a better future, you must disturb the present. Something has to shake so that we actually start to move. So we need to be prepared for disruption. When they say when you plant an oak tree in the earth, it will disrupt the soil around it. Progress involves disruption. And God has used disruption all throughout Scripture to revive and redirect his servants. Paul wrote to Damascus, talk about a disruption, shining light from him, and he's persecuting the church, changes his life forever. Has a whole new direction. What about Moses? He never expected disruption. He's out in the bush 40 years in the desert. Suddenly there's a burning bush experience that reshapes his destiny. David was disrupted, just looking after sheep. Suddenly he's called to be and anointed to be the next king. Divine disruption is a wonderful thing. And sometimes it feels uncomfortable. So my question is, have you been disrupted recently? Don't fight it. Embrace it. Let it revive you. Let it take you to a place of greater impact. Hear this. God knows what he's doing in your life. You may think he doesn't, but he does. And he's working it all for good. Here's a quote for you. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not break. How flexible are you? How flexible am I? You can't keep doing what you've always done if you want a different and better future. Question. When will you and I finally have had enough of getting the same results from the same behavior that we make significant changes? It may take divine disruption. So here's a question. How could you disturb your present? What about get up 15 minutes earlier to pray? Or at another time? How about attending a prayer meeting? Start serving. Get water baptized. Forgive that person that you have not forgiven for so long. Put a relationship right. Start tithing. Do something to disturb your present and get revived. Secondly, if you want to be revived, find someone who has something. In other words, get alongside someone who is revived and on fire for God. Because fire spreads quickly. There's an impartation. When you choose your friends, you've heard me say this, you choose your destiny. You choose your future in God. So have a look at your friends. What is your destiny looking like? Good question. When I was saved, I got connected to this on-fire Christian. I'm telling you, big black Bible, he was in boots and all, radically saved. So I just hung around him. Initially, I used to think, man, this guy is over the top, OTT. And I didn't even like, he said, come on now, let's sing this song. And I'm thinking, I'm not even going to sing. Come on, let's sing. So I'd sing away with him. I caught his fire. And the rest is history. Find someone who's got something. Joshua hung around Moses. Elisha, he hung around Elijah. Disciples hung around Jesus. Timothy hung around Paul. Look what God did for them. So look for someone who's got something and get as close to them as you possibly can. Attend a church that's passionately on fire for God. Because the environment you are in has a massive impact on your walk with God. Find someone who has got something. Here's the challenge. Why don't you be the someone who has got something? One more question. Have you got something? If you haven't, it's time to push into God. Get revived. Get on fire. Be the person who's got something that others want to hang around with. You be the person who's got something.